What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. I'm here with Jokes and with Sin, and you are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And
Today,
today is the X show. It's the X show. X-Men, Xbox, X's, whatever, something like that. It's a theme. It's in there somewhere, right, Jokes?
yeah, buddy.
Um, Sin,
Yes, sir.
it's nice having Jokes here when the show starts, is it not?
It is. It's special. Everything just kicks off kind of just how it should.
It's a little smoother,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Jokes is gonna do his job.
Mm-hmm.
Get the Beacons link loaded up for you all, so you know how and where to find us. While he's doing that, I'm gonna remind you that our shirts for autism awareness are still live and available. All proceeds being donated to help support growing autism awareness. There are a couple different designs, a bunch of different choices for where you can wear said design. So I wanted to make sure that that is something you're aware of. And by going to the Beacons link, you can get to our merch store. And it's going to be on and popping.
Mm-hmm.
Saying you have a job to do.
Yeah, so let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, Ellis Mbe, and Kermit Ferguson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
That's a matter of fact. We greatly appreciate the support that we get on that front. The team and I have been discussing some. You can sneeze.
No, I
You
was
been
waiting.
sneezing?
I was waiting for him to start yelling again.
Oh, now he's yelling because you're not paying attention and because you let him in the room. You have to kick him out the room and
Yeah,
close the
you
door.
see him.
Or
You see
we're
him
going to
sitting there?
continue
Oh,
to
he's
listen
right
to
there.
him meow throughout the show. Nah, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
It's going to happen.
It's because I can't kick him out when I move. It's gonna be he's gonna be there.
Can't kick him out when you move.
Nah, you know what I mean?
Enjoy your
So
stream, buddy.
yeah, we've been discussing making some changes to Patreon. Some things are coming down the pipe. Still working on some additional content. Before we get into the show, I want to provide a little inside baseball for those of you who are hanging out with us today. We are a busy team. Hey, bro. Oh, you got? Hey, are you gonna ready to spray Slim? That's just mean.
See, that one was new. That one was new. This side all day. He trying this side now. Nah, stop it, bro. Stop it. Just come
He's
here and
only
sit.
allowed to meow on one side of you versus
He's
the other.
doing too much. That's what it is. Usually he'll sit here, and then when he gets near the end, he'll get antsy. Now he's just antsy off top.
Maybe you should just pick him up and just sit him in your lap.
He's not gonna stop. Y'all know he don't stop talking unless he sleep. That's it. That's what he does. He talks.
Sound like you didn't put the right pills in Slim food today.
Hey, should have
Come
given
on
him
now.
his
Sleeping
catnip.
pills in there. You get that catnip. He never going to sleep. Yeah. So look, we are a super busy team. I don't even know. I mean, I do know how to explain how busy we are, but like,
What up, Andrew?
Drew, what it do? We have done 5 conventions this year already.
Sounds
Sounds
about
about
5
right, yeah.
events.
I almost feel like 5 isn't. I feel like that's even too low.
It might be. I mean, Mad Castle, Maryland Day,
Big lick. Yeah.
Yeah, Big Lick,
Awesome.
Awesome Con. That's 5
5.
by itself, like without
Yeah.
something extra, because we also had the event that we covered for Hag Entertainment.
Yep.
Um, we had to split up for that. We have not this week, but next week, Free Comic Book Day to cover on Star Wars Day of all days. That is also during Fan Expo Philly. Fitting to split up and do both of those. Um, Followed by the following weekend, May 11th is Nerdpocalypse.
Oof.
And then just over a month out from that, when we hit June, we have StellarCon York.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Heather?
Um,
Yo, yo.
it's Heather. How are you? It's a lot. Meanwhile, you stack all the events and covering the events and shooting the interviews and working on the timing and the logistics of getting to those events and staying at those events and coverage and so forth with Spoiler Boys for X-Men 97, Spoiler Boys for Fallout, maybe a wrestling show every 2 weeks on top of the pay-per-view wrestling shows, Thriller Park every Thursday, weekly every Tuesday.
Throw in movie
It's a
club
lot.
once a month.
Yeah, movie club
Mm-hmm.
next Monday. It's a lot. So so a couple of things. One, I had a discussion with the team the other day, and I was just kind of trying to help get. It's very easy to get overwhelmed with what we do and all of what we are doing. I had to kind of take a moment to remind the team that we are attempting to do the impossible. We're not like, we are competing in terms of coverage and what it is that we want to talk about with pop culture, because we love everything and we can't make a decision, right? So we can't just talk about video games or just talk about movies or just talk about TV shows or just talk about comics or just talk about wrestling or just talk about anime or like we can't, right? So we just, let's do it all.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about all of it, right? And try to pick and choose the things that feel like they're the most important to deliver on at least a weekly basis. And, in terms of all those other things. And there's 4 of us. That's it. We don't have what an IGN has. We don't have what a GameSpot has. We don't have hundreds of people and millions of dollars to just get people to go and do things, and to do all of that and create the content, edit the content, make music for the content. Hey, Candace. Schedule it, post it, do social media across Twitter, terrible, Kick, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. What did I leave out? Instagram. Like, you just name it, right? Like, trying to post content and craft content that matters in different places and grow your following in other places and work deals with people in other places. It's a lot. It's a lot, right? And so it's been a long ride. We've been doing it for a long time, and we really do appreciate you all, because in some manner we'd probably be doing it whether y'all were here or not, which is part of why we do it, right? Because this is stuff we're going to talk about anyway. We would just be talking amongst ourselves. We would not be doing this show right now. We'd be in Xbox Live or in Discord playing the game and talking about all this stuff anyway, in some manner, right? So to some extent, it will be happening regardless. But the support that you all show us, whether it is actual like monetary support that comes in the form of Patreon, or purchasing a shirt or whatever, to just being here and commenting on the show liking, sharing, those things help propagate the algorithm to say, hey, people like this, send it to other people.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily people like it. People are interacting with it. Because the algorithm doesn't really care if you like it or you don't like it. The algorithm cares if you watch it.
Right.
You can say something negative, you can say something positive, you can thumbs down,
There's
thumbs
more
up.
interaction.
They don't
But it's
care.
interacting.
They're like, oh, people hate this. Send it to more people and see what happens. That's how it works, right? So
Yep.
it just really, I need to like take a moment to say like it gets very difficult. Meetings every week, just kind of like we work tireless hours at our day jobs and then tireless hours at this, right, to do it the right way, to get it in front of people, to make sure that it hits. And I need you to know that a lot of it is because we want to make sure you all have the content we want to make, and we want to make content that you all want to have and enjoy. It just is not simple. It's a lot of work. We do it because y'all are there, and we so appreciate the fact that you're there. So, this 4-person team that has like grown and shrunk, from time to time because life be lifing, and we all, we all know that, and we know how it works. And, we don't really ever take breaks. Hey, mom, we just really don't. We go all year, every month, and it just really
No off
pretty
season.
nonstop. So, it's super rare that you don't get an episode of weekly or a thriller park or something along those lines. So like we do it because of you, to be honest. Like that's just kind of what it is. So like when we say thank you for the support, we really mean it. At the same time, it's just a reminder, a slight call to action. Wherever you are, hit the like button.
Please.
Hit the share button.
Share away.
Feel free to comment. Feel free to disagree. Feel free to show up if we go to a show somewhere where you are. You know what I mean? If if it just sounds like it's something cool, you know what I mean? That's what we're there for. We're there to kind of help usher people in and Sherpa people through. So, yeah, we just need to make that like very clear that behind closed doors, we get on each other's nerves. That's so real. But like, even if we weren't doing this, we'd be on each other's nerves. Like that's
it's a full circle thing.
Like,
yeah,
it's real. You know what I'm saying? So a very sincere and true, heartfelt thank you to all of you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the capacity is in which you spend your time or you devote some fraction of your day where you really could be doing anything else. And you might be doing something else.
But you got us in the background.
Yeah. But that helps. Hey.
We cool with being your background
noise. Absolutely.
To be honest. So just want to get that out there, make that very clear. Thank you so much, truly from the bottom of our hearts. Now, having said that, jokes is fired. Now I'm kidding.
What are your thoughts? Hasbro moving Power Rangers products to Playmates. Honestly, my only thing is, hey, lurk. If Playmates is going to end up doing the same thing with one rehashing all the Mighty Morphin stuff again, even from me, I would be a little disappointed. Like, granted, because they keep releasing the same stuff over and over again. Now, granted, people will buy it, but I feel like when they used to do what was called I believe the time now was the lightning line, where they had like the die cast everything, the die cast Dragon Dagger, the die cast Megazord. Clearly was geared towards people in my age, because now we can go and buy these things and they're all metal. But I feel like with Playmates, I feel like we're gonna direct it back towards kids more than else, which I'm not mad at, depending on how they start going with the show. We know production is going to be different, since they're no longer doing it in New Zealand and they're bringing everything back over here. So I don't know exactly what that's going to make things look like.
Yeah, I think there is. So a lot of what's happening right now
Mhm,
is very specifically California,
mhm.
but in this country, um, the states are beginning to take notice of the fact that
People
many
want.
other countries give huge tax credits,
Mhm,
and grants and things of that nature if you go to their country to film things, to
mhm,
shoot things, to open businesses. It's a huge practice in video games. It's why a lot of the bigger companies have a studio in like Montreal, because
mhm.
Canada gives out like their tax breaks and so forth are ridiculous by comparison. And so it's why a lot of things are done in Georgia. Like if you watch a lot of TV shows, at the end you see the little apple and it says Georgia, and they do
Mhm,
stuff in Atlanta. It's because Atlanta does a lot of that. If you look at what happened just recently when they announced the second season of Fallout,
mhm.
they did not shoot the first season of Fallout in California. They are shooting the second season in California. It is specifically because California is now offering much better
Type of
deals
incentives.
and tax incentives and so forth for you bringing that production there,
Mhm.
because that brings them a lot of money. You're talking
Fact.
about a lot of people who have to eat and live and survive, and that brings money because people are spending money to eat and live and so forth, and so it does something for the economy. What's up, Zay? So what's happening with something like Power Rangers and it moving its production is similar to that.
Mhm.
As far as the toys are concerned, yeah, you're right, Jokes. At some point, you have to remember that even though Power Rangers used to be yours, and in a lot of ways it still is yours,
Mhm.
they're in the business of making money by keeping people in the ecosystem. And to do
100%.
that, you must start young. So the toys that you remember from 30 years ago, there are people now who need to be able to remember their toys
That's facts.
30 years from now. So you kind of have to do that. As far as it being Playmates, Playmates makes trash.
Yeah.
They make trash. Let me get closer. Like
Hey, listen.
Playmates makes trash toys.
Hey,
Brandon
listen.
Day,
I know.
McFarlane should make the
Listen.
Power Rangers toys.
If
Let me
if
tell you something.
McFarlane makes Ranger figures, I'm broke.
But McFarlane does not make toys. McFarlane makes figures.
That's what I was gonna say.
They're not even
As a
action figures. They are collectible, keep
Oh,
them in
not
the
coming out
box,
of the box. Yeah,
highly
don't.
detailed. Yeah, like if he did, they'd be incredible. Like everything else McFarlane produces. But Playmates
Yeah, listen.
makes trash.
I had all the OG Star Trek: The Next Generation figures that were made by Playmates that literally were like just stood there. Like the only thing you could really do
Bro,
is like move the arm like this.
they're trash. The only I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. This doesn't need to be so close. The only the only reason why Playmates, I honestly believe the only reason why Playmates is still on the map is because they made the Ninja Turtles toys. And Ninja Turtles was so popular. And what they were doing, the rigid, very like they were basically like the Mattel He-Man figures, because them joints was kind of trash too. But they at least had like the G.I. Joe like rubber
The
band in the
fully
waist. You know what I'm
posable
saying?
joints, yeah,
The
with
leg.
the
Mhm.
You know what I'm
knees.
saying? Like bro.
Man,
Like Ninja Turtle arms and legs was complete snap on, but it was like they're supposed to be big and kind of bulky with the shell and all that or whatever. Like, so that it was cool. I think Playmates is out of business if they didn't get that Ninja Turtles deal. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I don't even think they exist anymore.
You dig it?
And
Having Power Rangers is a good look, but
it is a good look. It is a good look because Power Rangers toys also trash. Trash.
Damn, dude, you ain't have to go that far, man.
Hey, but dog, I don't know what you agree with, Brandon, but anytime you agree, I'm taking it. You be beefing.
Been a while. He might be out of practice.
I don't want you to take this the wrong way. This is not about you. So it's not about
Always
me hating
about
on
me.
Power Rangers or whatever. Well, yeah, I mean, sure, in some way it's always about you. But like the Power Rangers toys are basic. They just basic. Like the best joints are like the life size you can play with, like the flute joint. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that's the coolest. But like,
that's what they was agreeing with.
They'd be out of business.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, without them turtles, bro. And again, like let's keep it a buck. They just reprinting the same joint and painting the headband.
That's it. And listen, one line,
different belt with a different letter on it.
Same thing with the Power Ranger.
Here's a little.
I mean, for the most part, yeah.
That's how all toys are, really. Like Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, not the same toy.
Oh, they the same. Same. Just different colors.
Just different colors.
That's it.
Hey, bro, listen.
Different colorways.
Don't try to act like, all this talk about colorways, bro. We started that, dog.
You can have it. No, I ain't saying that you didn't. I ain't saying that you didn't have it back then.
Be like, I like the shoes with a certain colorway. That's not even a real word, dog. Like colorway is not a real word. But I digress.
That's also in the dictionary.
I mean, it is now, but like, that's just a different color, bro. Colorway, a different way of it being colored. Like, that's the dumbest. That's a tangent. Let me run it back. Let me bring it back.
Get it back. Get it back.
Exactly, sis. Hey, listen. Shout out to Andrew for taking the show off the rails before the show even starts.
But we talked about it.
Perfect.
It's part of the charm of the show. Part of our show.
Just know I'll probably end up buying some of them still, though.
Definitely. You will. Like, why wouldn't you? So Mark Zuckerberg has been doing this thing where he goes on his Instagram, same company, and he makes a post about something major that they're doing. So like, instead of having like an actual blog post or something like that, hold on. Nah, Ultra Magnus had the extra armor and colorway. Well, again, he had the colorway. His armor was like, all right, listen. The cab truck portion was different.
Right.
But the
dude,
the base, the guy,
that was prime.
You could take, because trust me, I did it. You could take that Optimus Prime and slide his body right in that Ultra Magnus.
It's the same dude.
Like it was, no, same guy.
Same dude.
You know what I'm saying? They like the different. Listen, there was an Optimus Prime that was like a Hess joint, an Optimus Prime that was a Pepsi truck, there was an Optimus Prime that was like, come on, dog. Like, we just,
Rolling truck.
Nah, we don't. We Pepsi over Coke over here.
Gang.
My man. That's blasphemous for some people, and I don't.
Whatever.
And if they say that, they can go drink a RC. That's how I feel.
Right. Go drink Joke Cola.
RC, bro.
Just get the store brand.
just
RC Cola, bro. Yeah. So look, Zuckerberg goes on Instagram and announces, a couple things. One, the Meta Quest 2 got a permanent price drop to $200, $199. I think that's wonderful. but it was time. The Metaquest 3 has been around for a little while, but $200 is not bad. Two, the real announcement is that they are opening up the Meta OS,
Mm-hmm.
and they are allowing other people to manufacture VR headsets using the Meta OS. They rebranded the Meta OS to Meta Horizon OS or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Mhm.
And so Asus
Mm-hmm.
is
ROG, one
making
of those.
gaming focused under their like ROG.
Mm-hmm.
They have the ROG Ally handheld now. So Asus is doing gaming focused headsets. Lenovo is going to be doing like learning and productivity
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
focused headsets. I'm sure other people will jump in.
Yeah.
Especially if in any way this proves to be lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I'm very interested in hearing what you two gentlemen's thoughts on this are. But I think a lot of it is going to be about what that does to price points and where they end up. I have to imagine, these are just my early thoughts on it, that what Asus is doing is probably going to be slightly more expensive, maybe better like visual, you know what I mean, in terms of like the fidelity of the lenses and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Um because they're geared more towards the gaming
Mm-hmm.
aspect. And they are specifically saying performance gaming
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
headsets,
Yeah.
where the Lenovo might be a little bit less because they're focusing more on the learning stuff, which says to me that Lenovo is probably trying to get in the Dell pocket of
That
possibly
type
getting
of
headsets into schools
Mhm.
and that
not
kind of
mad.
thing. And really are on that Ready Player One
Not
time.
mad at that.
What are your thoughts on that, Jokes? Where do you think this ends up?
I think it's an awesome thing. One, obviously, to be able to let other manufacturers be able to build and do headsets themselves. One, how you were talking, like you have your Asus that, hey, we're going to focus more on the gaming side, and then you have Lenovo that's like, let us try to do more of the learning type of experience. You get to see how this invention or like the OS and all this can be fully utilized in different areas. Which then, hey, let's say, not to say that Asus will never get into the business of wanting to do a learning thing, but they'll
Right.
probably look at Lenovo and say, you know what, guys, you guys are doing an awesome job. We're gonna let you stay in that lane. Let us pick this lane up here. We'll run with the gaming side of thing than anything else. And then of course down the road they can always do partnerships and that type of thing. But when you're able to let others be a part of that
Yeah, pivot.
ecosystem. So Meta Horizon, where you can bring in different aspects, different ideas, different thoughts. I think that's just a win all the way around for everybody. And then, like you said, price points. There'll be a headset that everybody will be able to obtain, depending on what you do. So I think the way they're going about this is pretty good.
Sam, what are your thoughts?
Uh, I think this is great for just putting a spark back into VR. I love the idea of different companies. One's working on gaming, one's working on productivity. I love it. I agree with you, Jokes. I think it'll be great when they start putting the products out, looking at each other, getting feedback and all that kind of stuff. I think it would be phenomenal. It's going to come down to the price point. If they can keep them, I'm with you, Gage. The performance ones, yeah, those are performance ones. So those are going to be a little bit on the pricier side. But I think overall, we can, now that opening this up to other developers, if they can keep the price points low enough where they can still pull some money in on it, and people can actually afford to go out and get these and experience what VR is, I think it's what the VR side of the industry needs to get back on track with it being like people wanting to do VR stuff. That is cool if you can afford one. So
Yeah, I mean, at some point, right? Something has to hit that allows there to be enough saturation that VR and the
Well,
headset can
well,
get into a
well.
place where the price point is the way that like TVs are now, where it all comes down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tardy tie.
What
Man,
it
I'm gonna be
do?
old by the time we get the real Oasis. They're gonna nickel and dime us on each stage. I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, you got to remember that like Meta is really trying to make that a thing. People are actually buying real estate, Web3 real estate
Mm-hmm.
in like that virtual space. So them opening that market, their OS up, is a smart way to work to try to make their OS more ubiquitous and people are used to using it. At some point, somebody has to pull the Microsoft and like it's on every computer and it's in every
Yeah.
school. We don't care who you do your deal for your hardware with.
Just
Mm-hmm.
get you in the
It's our
ecosystem.
software that's running everything. So yeah, like when you think about Dell doing the deals that they did with government facilities and
Mm-hmm.
schools and all that kind of stuff,
So
that's
feel it.
cool and all. None of it runs without Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? Kayla says same as recently, sadly, but still want to come and say hi. Have a great show, miss everybody. Miss you
Miss you
too. Know
too,
you're working
Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
hard. Keep at it. You know, reach out if you need something. Um, so yeah,
I
Ryan
hear
said,
you,
"Where's
Jay.
my
Listen,
limelight?
listen,
I
All
hear
I
Brandon.
you.
have is pistol whip to keep me going in VR. Look,
Hey,
He keeps
listen.
telling me about Pistol Whip. I need to pull the trigger on that and just
I
play it on my
mean,
VR.
if you not playing super hot,
Oh,
run
oh
through
no,
super
oh
hot.
no, oh no, I've done that. Super hot is a trip in VR. Ooh, that thing gives you a workout.
That's where it is. I mean, look, eventually, I'm sure we get there. There are games now. There was a game I can't think of the name of it that came out last year that actually um got awards at like the Game Awards and the BAFTAs and so forth. That is like literally a role playing game in VR. I just can't think of the name right now, but it's coming. You know what I mean? It's there. And again, if you can make the headsets much more ubiquitous and affordable, then
Mm-hmm.
people I think jump in. And if you look, you have to put in computers in the school so that kids knew what computers were. Eventually, they all know
Mm-hmm.
what touchscreens are and know how to operate them. And now, like, if you're 6 months old, you know how to operate a touchscreen. It's part of your life. It's
Yep.
what you're doing, right? And so, making it so that headsets are more ubiquitous is going to come. We just might age out before it
Right.
really hits, right? Um, Now on that same note, they also announced that they are doing limited edition Xbox Quest headsets that are actually coming with Xbox controller in the box
Mm,
and Game Pass in the box.
Mm-hmm.
mm.
So now let the real speculation begin.
Hey, listen. I watched
I
that
know what
little
you just
IG.
did, jokes, but your microphone sounds
Yeah, it got
terrible
left.
right now.
Yeah, it switched to the bad stuff.
Yeah,
It disconnected and reconnect. Hold on.
yeah.
Sin, talk first while I go work through this.
Oh, sure. Just talk, see. That's what he
Just
said.
talk so he can work through this.
Yeah, let him
Okay.
work through it.
Fixed it now. So,
Ah, there you
but yeah, because I watched the stream. I watched this little. At least I watched like 3.5 minutes of it. And when they showed that list of the manufacturers that were going to be there, and I saw the Xbox one, I was like, oh, okay. So, being the fact that obviously Game Pass, you're going to be able to get Game Pass, seems like somehow Xbox is going to be able to have their stuff, whether it's integrated within the Horizon OS, or if obviously while you're in Horizon, you will have a section that you can go through to access that is for Xbox. So if you tell me
I
I'm
mean,
going to
Game
be
Pass is
able,
already integrated.
technically it's
Technically,
already there,
into it. Yeah,
but if you're going to make it where obviously maybe not all games, but some games are going to have enhanced features that you're going to be able to take advantage of while you're in Meta Horizon, or at least with the headset on. Kind of cool. And then
yeah. I
that's
mean, I don't even know that it has to be that you're getting I don't know that it has to be that you're getting games that are more of the VR experience as opposed to you don't need to buy the big TV and the console. You just need to pay for the headset. And then you have access to the games and you can stream the games from the cloud on Game Pass and play the games as if you're looking at the largest TV you could possibly, look at. You could look at it like you're sitting in the theater or, whatever it is. Now, does that open up the possibility for Xbox to have actual VR games at some point? It does. It definitely does. Look, PlayStation VR is trash. I'm using that word a lot today. Let me get up on the PlayStation VR is trash. PlayStation VR is trash. They have not done anything to make the PlayStation VR 2 worth the purchase. And right now, if you want to use a PlayStation VR 2, you need to spend $1,000 to do it. You need a PlayStation 5 and you need the headset, and the headset costs more
than a damn system.
Yep.
And then you still have to buy the games, and they don't have offerings really for PlayStation VR within their own ecosystems in terms of like PlayStation Essential or in any faction of PlayStation Plus, they're not really giving you VR. So like, if you were going to make the attempt to invest in VR in some way, it makes way more sense for you to be in a Quest that is untethered, wireless, even if the fidelity isn't quite as much. It makes way more sense to be in that space. And Microsoft aligning themselves with Meta to put Xbox stuff on that headset is a direct challenge. It just is. It's one of those things that makes the most sense for them. Brandon, look, I'm 2 for 2. Brandon says, I totally agree with Gage on that. Just being able to play games, given the simulation of a much larger sort of theater screen, will be a huge draw for me. Yeah, I mean, look, we're in a time and a place now where, like, as a country, money is at a premium. It just is. The way that people spend and what people are spending on has changed again, right? There was a tightening prior to lockdown. During lockdown, there was a tightening, but then people had additional money because they couldn't go on vacations and they couldn't really go shopping and they couldn't go. So they had all this extra money that most of those people spent doing things to fix up their homes because they were stuck in their homes, right?
What up, Thomas?
What's up, Thomas? So then even coming out of the pandemic, it's like, yeah, I want to get out there and be out with people, but I spent all this money making the house look good so I could be in the house, right?
Yeah.
Andrew says Meta Horizon gets Event Horizon VR. That could be a something. I'm with it. Can you, bro?
No.
Jokes, have you ever seen Event Horizon?
It's been a long time, but yeah.
Oh, that thing's scary, boy.
Saw it in the theater.
Then don't do it.
No, I seen it in the theater.
I know you have.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't go back.
It's like I'm not going back.
Why
though.
would I? No, no, I'm not
Especially not in
stupid.
VR. Yeah,
Woo, I was cursed.
I believe it. I just think it's a smart play. And again, it kind of feeds into where Xbox and Microsoft have been consistently saying, we want to be wherever you are. We're going to put our games in our ecosystem on whatever device you want to use. And so if you have a MetaQuest and you don't have a lot of VR games, but you have Game Pass, you have 100 games. You got hundreds of games at your disposal to just play. And here's the thing. Last time I checked, there is an output that allows you to hook a Quest up to an external monitor so that like other people could see what you're playing. So if that's the case, right? Same way if that's the case, it could mean that you could have a Quest and run Game Pass and hook it up to a TV and still play. It's coming with an Xbox controller. you're now likely to start playing games that are VR games. But if you don't want to use the Quest controllers with an Xbox controller, you begin to associate playing games with the Xbox controller. It's a lot of mind and like ecosystem stuff. You know what I mean? That's kind of at play in that space. Here's what I want to know. They're opening up the OS. Is Microsoft going to spend the money and produce their own headsets?
Yes,
I think they would.
if they're seeing a real interest in it. If it's going around, they're getting word that people are really looking into it and creating their own. I think if the buzz is there, Microsoft will do it. Microsoft will give it a shot.
Yeah, and it'll just be another way in. Like obviously, let's say headset $199. Let's say somehow they can manufacture a unit that's like $199, so close to like what a Series S would be, and it would be another way for you
that's
to
what
get.
the Quest 2 is right now, is $199.
But
they just dropped the price of $199.
But something for Xbox to be able to get in and say, listen, you don't need another console. You can just get in. Here's Game Pass. You want a 70-inch display that you can be able to look at this on right now, depending on how it goes. Could be 1080, could be 4K. Oh, you want a 100-inch? Here, just take the headset and run from there. So
I'm gonna tell you what got me really thinking about it. So a few weeks ago, we had a discussion on here about how Phil Spencer was like kind of complaining that there isn't a good like handheld that has what feels like a true Xbox experience on it. Like it doesn't feel like you're on Xbox when you're playing like on the Steam Deck or access to your handset, stuff in the cloud, like that. Whatever. People were like, yo, I think Xbox might be getting ready to make a handheld. But what if it's not? What if it's a headset? Because isn't that the handheld? Like instead of you holding it in your hand and looking at the screen, you're wearing the headset, you're sitting on the plane, you're traveling, you're now relaxing the joint, looking at the biggest screen you could possibly be looking at with an Xbox controller in your hand with access to all of your games. And that, to me, that's the best handheld.
it works.
Because I wouldn't like again, like I have zero interest in a handheld. I have zero interest in a Steam Deck because I drive everywhere I go. Like I'm not a passenger often enough for that to make sense for me. You know what I mean? So it doesn't work. Brandon said if they could bundle it for a similar cost of buying the system by itself, that would be the route. It would work the same way like PlayStation putting the fastest, most reliable Blu-ray player on the market in their system. Blu-ray dominated HD DVD because of it. Again, Blu-ray players were $1,000.
Oh yeah,
when the PlayStation 3 came out and the PlayStation 3 dropped at like $700, right? And so it was the fastest, cheapest, and best network connected Blu-ray player on the market. It was technically better than the $1,000 systems that Sony Blu-ray players that Sony was offering.
I remember those days.
It was a true sneak attack, and it was executed brilliantly.
Hey, listen, that was one of the ways I managed to get a Blu-ray player, but it was also when my mom was like, hey, Mom, we can get the PS3. It's got Blu-ray. And then I was like, hey, Mom, Casino Royale is in the box with it too. Hey, listen.
My man played the game. Mike was saying like Joshua from War Games for a minute. Let's see who gets there. Hey, listen, shall we play a game? Yeah. So like, I think that could be the play, right? And again, it might not be that they're manufacturing their own. It could just be that them working very closely in tandem with somebody else that already has an OS that's in play. There are other manufacturers of VR systems that have their own OSs, but like, what's as ubiquitous as Facebook and Meta and Instagram, right? And for all the people who were like, I hate now that I have to join Facebook, quote unquote, or have a Facebook, whatever, in order to play Quest. What do you mean you're mad about that? You have an Instagram. and a Facebook. I don't understand what the
I would
problem.
say if you got one, you pretty much got the other one now.
Yeah.
That's my point, dog. If you got a LinkedIn, you have a Facebook, bro. It's all the same company. That's just, so I think there might be a sneak attack there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because we're already on Xbox, jokes.
Yo.
What in?
Hey. Hey, listen, I saw this show pop up. So the Xbox One is it's a cover. So they do their covers that now you can put around your Series X. And
isn't a cover? I don't think it's a cover.
No, they said, hold on, let me pull it back because hey, I did enter the contest too. Because like if you go on Twitter and repost it, like, hey, listen, I've been on a losing streak. I haven't won stuff, so I'm hoping one of these is gonna shy out here. But let me see. I'm pretty sure on the thing it says that.
I mean, it says it's wrapped.
I stand corrected. It says custom Xbox Series X console. I stand corrected.
Yeah, it's not. They
they
did that. You know what I'm saying?
The whole comic on the side. Apparently, it tells a story. So
it's an exclusive story that's only on the side of an Xbox that takes place in the X-Men '97 universe. Look at this. Look at this is just what I'm talking about.
Just put the controllers out. I
can't, bro. Now here's the thing. You probably can make all of these joints yourself in
the true, very true.
However, I want the package. I want the package with the character and the card on the back. I will never open the controller. I never play with the controller. It's not happening, and I'm going to pull us in and curse right now. This is bullshit. Cause look, X-Men 97. Listen, I will take that throw up. That for real, I don't care about the console. To keep it a buck, the fact that it's like a canon story within X-Men 97 is just cheating. They're gonna release that joint somewhere else. You'll be able to get it and read it, whatever, dog. Because I'm not. Who's reading their Xbox, bro? It's not happening.
Nobody.
That's just
when you take it out the box. That's the first and last time you'll read it.
One and last time
Never
you do
again.
Yeah.
Because if you touch that joint, I'm chopping your hand off. So nobody's ever gonna read the joint once it comes out the box. And for real, don't let that box be not a regular Xbox box. Like if that box that the Xbox comes in,
you're not opening it.
What?
Saying right where it's at. Hey, Xbox, send me a nice plastic thing to put the box itself in because it ain't coming out.
Why do they do this? Why do they make these one-off joints? They know
just sell them.
It's for people like us.
Just sell them.
It's for us.
But they won't just sell them.
Because it's not special no more when a whole bunch of people have one.
No, because you know what? Because people do stupid shit. I'm sorry, that got me cussing.
Well, this is not the finisher jokes. Relax.
I apologize.
It's okay.
But when they be doing all these special edition consoles, I be seeing them pop up and like they've traded them in at GameStop. It's like they get them and
they get not even like regular. You don't even get
nothing extra for it.
I just be like, why are you even entering the contest?
I know, Marcus. We know all about that angry jokes, don't
we? Bro, like what is going on, bro? I'm just saying. I want
the collection,
all of these.
Oh,
I want them all. I don't care about them all.
You're gonna be $100 pop.
But again, I am positive. I want to see closer up images of them. Like, bro, if they have the names of the characters etched in the bottom of the controller, dog,
that's different.
You get it straight from the design lab.
Yeah.
But again,
no, you won't. If it's
you can get these from the you could. You can get them from the design lab, and you can get whatever you want etched on the bottom because the names are short enough that you could do it.
Yeah.
You could really make these controllers. Let's not. I don't care about that. Yeah, we done got jokes hot. Jokes super hot. He mad at Microsoft. Shoot him an angry letter, dog. See if he win that contest.
Show me the box.
I just want the controllers. I want the controllers and I want the backing. I don't. Stop playing with me. That's how I feel about it. Oh,
Oh
easy.
yeah, easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
But I'm not. But I also don't want them that bad.
They can
I
stay
won't pay
there.
$200 for them.
I'll go in
You know what I
design
mean?
lab and we can make one as close as possible to the jump.
What?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like again, what makes it special is not really the color choices. What makes it special is
Packaging and
the
everything.
packaging.
Yeah.
That's it. To be honest with you, and I'm just kind of in X-Men fever right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of in X-Men fever. And on that note,
Well, segue
Oh,
guy.
good segue.
Yeah.
Sin,
Yes, sir.
we shot a Spoiler Boys for episode 6 of X-Men 97
Mm-hmm.
with our good friend Jerry Gaylord.
Mm-hmm. That we did.
It's a good episode. It's not a great episode. It's a good episode. Like
Solid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, oversell it. However, for 2 episodes in a row of Spoiler Boys, I have been on Cyclops hard.
Deservingly so.
And let me tell you something. Yeah, Thomas, don't spoil it,
Mm-hmm.
Thomas. We're not doing spoilers. However,
We feel you.
I'm gonna take the opportunity. I will post a portion of the conversation that we had
About
around
Klopp?
Cyclops.
Oh, which portion?
All of it.
Because there was a lot going on in there. with
All of the
Cyclops.
most recent one,
Okay,
right? Like
okay.
because it's the thing.
Hey, yeah, Jerry, this
If
feelings a
you
little
watch
bit.
our episode 4 and 5 combination
Jerry didn't like the
episode,
slander.
he didn't like the slander. He was like, he had to concede though, and that's kind of special.
Let's say when y'all recording,
But
did
like-
he have it? Did he have his Cyclops specs on during the jump too?
He broke him out.
He put them on.
He broke him
He
out.
put them on. Like in episode 4 and 5, I had to like take a step back and just say, listen, I've hated Cyclops for like ever. And because of what Cyclops is going through and like watching it and hearing it, I had gained like this level of respect for him
Mm-hmm.
just because of what he's dealing with, right? That like it's kind of incredible and impossible to wrap your mind around where he must be as a person, father, husband, and other,
Nice.
right? Like impossible to wrap your mind around what that is. And so being in that headspace, I just had to give him some respect for just like dealing with it and having to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But then what happened is, as I was prepping for this most recent episode when we got ready to record it, I went back and I watched that episode. And as I was listening to the discussion around Cyclops, I realized that I still hate this man.
Yeah.
And I figured out why I don't respect him. So now I'm going to throw it out to the viewing public. Because here's the thing. I'm saying this, and Jerry's like a diehard Cyclops fan.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Sin and I are not fans of Cyclops. It's
Nope.
not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. As I'm saying this, if you watch the episode, you can see the smile on Sin's face get bigger and bigger and bigger. And
I was like, let him
here's
cook.
what it is.
Yeah, this deserves it.
I don't. Woo! My man Marcus said Cyclops a bum. He's not though. He's not a bum. Cyclops is, for all intents and purposes, and I said this in the show, bro. If I'm picking teams and Cyclops is available,
He's on my team.
he's on the team.
He's on the team.
He's on the team. Why? Because Slim is going to get the job done. Dude is a beast. Let's not. But I hate him because he's a terrible leader. He's a terrible leader. And there's this like thing out there that makes it seem like Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men, and he's not. He's trash. That's my word for the day, in case y'all didn't
Trash.
realize.
Trash.
He's gonna do
But like
everything to
what I
make you feel
realize
like
is
he's the
that
leader.
I don't respect Cyclops as a leader because he's not the leader of the X-Men. Professor X is and always was the leader of the X-Men. And what Cyclops
X-Men.
is a soldier. He just follows orders. So whatever he's told to go do, he goes and gets it done. But he just following blindly. The fact that he's torn to shreds, that the professor would leave control of the X-Men to Magneto of all people instead of him speaks volumes about the fact that the professor even knows this dude can't lead this team. He can lead missions. He can lead strikes. He will get it done, but nobody on the team respects him and what he thinks, says, or does, because he doesn't think, he just does. He just does what he's told. And even when in the comics he flips sides and ends up like under the Magneto banner, he's still
That's still the same thing.
just doing what he's just somebody who needs somebody to tell him what to go do. For years, even before that happened, it was White Queen. Emma Frost was pulling slim strings without using her psychic abilities at all. Sexual tension, sure. Sexual white chocolate. She was pulling the strings. Everything he wants to do, he's asking her. She's like, do this. We should do that. We should have whatever. Somebody else always contorting this dude. So I don't respect for him.
Facts.
Just like I don't respect Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles because he just does whatever Splinter says. And just like I didn't respect Captain America until he became Nomad. When Cap is just like, oh, all that government following orders and doing what y'all say because y'all whatever.
Not
when
anymore.
He finally got his own moral compass and decided, I'm going to do the thing that makes the most sense and I think is the best, and went rogue. What? I put Leo, Cat, and Cyclops on my squad, and I bet you we win.
Yeah.
But I would not leave Cyclops in charge.
Right.
It's like you got all y'all on my team. Y'all on my team.
I don't respect you. You don't even know why you're fighting the fight. You're just fighting the fight because the professor said, go fight the fight. This is what we should do.
Yeah.
And when the professor wasn't there, you was like, man,
I don't know why nobody.
Right. I think Magneto might be right. Hey, bro, just quit though. Like you don't have to do none of this.
Leave. No, nobody respects you. Hey, listen. The point that Wolverine ready to slice and dice you every other interaction that you have.
Because Wolverine, and even Wolverine is not. He wasn't. Wolverine became a leader. Like if you watch the show Wolverine and the X-Men, like he learned to lead that team. They needed a leader, and he stepped up and he did it. Scott couldn't really do that. People respected Wolverine. They know he'd been through it. You know what I'm saying? Thomas said Captain America made sense, though. Coming as a World War II soldier, it made sense. He had to evolve into a leader and hero we know today. I mean, yeah, I guess. But it just, the point is that eventually Cap went rogue. I was like, I can't do none of what you're saying because your interests, I don't believe, are actually in the best interest of the people, right? Professor X believes that his interests are in the best interest of the people. So does Magneto. They're on equal footing. They just believe that the means to getting it done needs to be done differently. But they both actually have a vision and a purpose that they are leading a team on. And Cyclops never had his own vision. That's not a joke. about his option. He never had that of his
He
own.
couldn't see the vision.
Nope. And Vision might body Cyclops.
Oh, Vision would definitely body Cyclops.
He might. I don't know. It might be a tough battle. I need to get that out there. I'm gonna post about it. It's probably gonna be like a 6 to 8 minute bit of a ranting. Tune in and then go watch the actual full. Like those discussions are really cool. Having Jerry as a storyboard artist who worked on the show to be on Spoiler Boys with us to talk about it and get a little bit of behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Play / information, like learning that there was stuff that like they cut from the storyboard, some of the fights and stuff that were in that episode was like, oh man, my man did a lot more work that just didn't make it to the screen. So that's just really cool. We did not have Adam on the last episode. He was feeling under the weather, but Marcus said, like I said, a bump. I mean, all right, sure. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? But but Marcus, you telling me if you were picking teams, you wouldn't put Cyclops on your team? I don't know, buddy. You can pick better, but like
if he's there and there's other and you don't have much to choose from, Cyclops.
That's a squad.
Cyclops, look over there. Just wipe out that side.
Indeed.
Just look that way.
All right. Let's get into a little trouble, shall we?
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Maybe?
Hold up. I may need
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then
I'll pull it up even if it does it again.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
I like the red, yellow.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man.
Hey, I used to Rob Layfield.
His name on the thing.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even forest bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't.
Listen. All right. We have. All right. We know what's going on, kind of. Right? And Deadpool's world is about to suffer an incursion, it would look like.
Mm-hmm.
It would have. appear that the TVA has maybe recruited Deadpool to try to capture Wolverine and bring him back. And they clearly end up in like, you know, you see them fight. Like you see Elias, the big purple cloud monster dragon from Loki. We have our villain, Cassandra Cain, is out here. And she is living inside of Ant-Man's giant corpse.
Hey, bro, they pulled that jump from
That
Logan, the old man Logan.
was crazy. So we had Professor X's sister. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff the MCU does that it's like they off and they never really off. They right back on track. I told y'all Deadpool's gonna be the one that does it, but I'm gonna tell you that Cassandra Cain, Professor X's sister, is the person in the comics responsible for all the death and destruction and mayhem that happened on Genosha. She's the one.
Oh, we're getting links. That's what.
Now,
sir, calm down a little bit, sir. Don't tell people.
Nah, you gotta know. You gotta know, because if you're not watching, you should be watching.
You definitely should be, because we've already said like there. It seems like there's the fact of how X-Men is probably going to almost end close to when Deadpool gets released.
Bro, all I'm saying is, in the episode where that happens, the Watcher is in the episode, and I immediately called y'all, texted y'all, and was like, "Oh, it's going down. It's already. We already ready already."
Yeah,
that's the answer. I think this movie is going to be incredible.
I'm hyped.
I am too. Listen, I set off the original trailer. They just did enough to tease you, and I was like, you know what? I'm good. I don't really want another trailer, but this one just gave you a little bit. Hey, look, I was good, but this one gave us a little bit more. Nah, we won't get Hulk version. Hey, listen, it would be a throwaway type thing. It could be like a garbage version of the Hulk that shows up and Wolverine just gets rid of him. I don't know. I don't think we'll get like a true Hulk versus Wolverine though.
So there were rumors that Paul Rudd is in this movie, and he might be. There could be a variant of Ant-Man that's in it. But now, having seen the trailer, people are like, "Oh, nah, maybe just Ant-Man's dead in this." Like,
right?
Hey, listen, they could do a throwback, a flashback of Paul Rudd getting murked and just having his body just fall right in the spot.
But it's like it's open for them to do anything, bro. This trailer has callbacks to basically every Wolverine. I mean, you see Dogpool in this joint. So how many different versions of Deadpool are we gonna get in this movie? How many different versions of Wolverine might we get? Because we've seen at least 2 different outfits for Wolverine in terms of like he has the
one with the sleeves,
and he has
the one without them.
That's dumb, but they could be 2 completely different
ones.
Yeah.
Let's say what happened to the previous Deadpool that was in the X-Men movies. He existed.
Yeah, I think he's dead. Like
he got killed. He got killed at the end of the last Deadpool movie.
Yeah, when he went back and
did it. So yeah,
when he was doing the time travel, like at the all right, if you haven't seen Deadpool 2, spoilers for Deadpool 2, but at the end of it, there's some time travel shenanigans, and in doing so, he went back and he killed that.
Yep.
Deadpool. Which I'm sure they'll probably revisit again.
I'm good with that. He gonna go try to recruit that Wolverine first, and then I'm guessing that may go sideways. He got to go get a different Wolverine.
It's gonna be fun to see how it all comes together. Them two together.
Yeah, I mean, look, when they start talking about Wolverine like having failed, saving his own timeline or whatever, that's very Days of Future Past to me. We've already seen a Wolverine from Days of Future Past. And you see the little shot of him like walking in front of there's like those pillars or whatever that he's walking in front of, and they look like they're probably gravestones or something of some sort.
Probably.
Yeah, how Cassandra Cain plays into this, or how any of it plays into Secret Wars, what she's doing in the Wasteland, whether or not we could see Loki in some manner in this joint is possible because of where they are.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ivana Renslayer, that's where she was when we ended Loki season 2. But it's also completely possible. Because, all right, in the one scene where the dude says to Deadpool, this Wolverine like failed his timeline or whatever, something like that, right? He tells him that like the TVA, and they did a scene at CinemaCon where they know that he tells him that the TVA is responsible for protecting the sacred timeline. So if in this movie the TVA is still trying to protect the sacred timeline, I think that means that this takes place before Loki season 2.
Yeah.
But with time shenanigans,
yeah,
right. But with time shenanigans and with the fact that, again, all those incursions were happening, it could be that what's happening to Deadpool's world is happening because of the incursions that were happening during Loki season 2.
Yeah.
And that makes perfect sense to me. So, again, I'm just amped to see how they tie it all together.
I am too.
What they do with it.
Yeah.
I think this movie is going to break all the box office records that everybody's been talking about.
100%.
In the last 2 years. Like, look what Dune 2 did. That joint's get out of here. Get it out of here.
Deadpool.
Dune 1 was trash.
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds back together.
Listen, they already hilarious just when they was doing their social media stuff before it was 100%. And then he did the Joe was like, hey, Wolverine, you want to do one more movie? Nah. All right. It's set up for this.
Yeah. This is gonna be off the hook.
Listen, I'm amped for this. This is going to be a good thing for the MCU. If this goes very well and starts setting up these other pieces,
you'll see everybody. MCU is back. Yada yada yada. And
I'm waiting for.
Yeah, you'll see all those.
And clearly, like Feige said, he did not looking at just these trailers. What Deadpool is not watered down. You're getting the same Deadpool that you got in 1 and 2.
How did Ant-Man die? We don't know.
Yeah,
we'll
find out with everybody else.
Hey, listen, that's
I don't know, but like, I'm gonna assume it was Cassandra Cain.
Probably
because she's coming out of the helmet, but you can see his entire his arms. But when the helmet opens, his skull is
he's been there for a minute. But that happened. That happened in Old Man Logan. Like they built the whole city,
out of his body,
and. It's kind of disrespectful, but at the same time, I guess you honor him by making his whole corpse a city. I don't know how that works.
I mean, he's taking up space, bro. What do you do? I'm just saying, what would you do?
And the fact that the helmet worked.
Make use of it. Yeah, make use of
it. I mean, the joint clearly has power. You know what I'm saying? Got power in that helmet. Yeah, I'm excited. We'll see where it goes. Once I saw that they was wrapping up on Deadpool, on Daredevil, I'm like, and they yeah, we keeping that energy. All right. Oh, you said Punisher was in it?
Punisher's in it?
Oh. Yeah, it's time. So it's time to wrap the show up. We were supposed to have a special guest this week. I know last week I told y'all we were going to have a special guest. Unfortunately, that special guest, Jonah Loeb, who again is a brilliant artist and writer, has a new project coming out called Quiet Level 1 with a Kickstarter getting ready to kick off, or that just did kick off. But he is also the character creature designer from Skyrim and Fallout, which is a big deal. He's like the designer of the desk claws that you might know from Fallout if you've ever played the Fallout games. I saw him actually make a post that he's excited because they're talking about how Death Claws are definitely going to be prominent in season 2 of Fallout. So he is going to be on next week. So we'll have him here to hang out with us and talk with us for a little bit next week. Next week on Monday, we also have our discussion for Ready Player One. So that's Monday at 8 o'clock, weekly like normal, Tuesday at 8:30. Jokes.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening in wrestling this week?
This week, it's actually kind of calm. Actually, no, I lied. So starting on Friday is the WWE draft. So
Right.
everybody's going to be getting thrown which way for it. Expect us to come after SmackDown with our immediate reactions to how the draft gets kicked off. But other than that, that's the biggest thing going on in wrestling at the end of this week. If you guys are on Patreon, episode 5 of the Finisher podcast is live. We've been heavy on WWE conversations, so we shifted gears this week and Sin brought to the table, how can we fix certain things within AEW? So, and Sin has pillars, like points and pillars to each one of these, and they're all 100% valid. So, if you're not a part of Patreon, you'll want to come over so you can get that full experience there. Had a good time with that.
I dig it. What's happening in Thriller Park this week?
Thriller Park this week,
night,
episodes 8, I think it's 19 through 21 of Parasite. We're close to the end, so we're definitely looking forward to seeing where they're taking us. They've had us on the edge of the seats every week going forward. Like, it's intense. Heather knows, she being there with us, just looking at the carnage and craziness that's happening. But yeah, episodes 19 through 21 this week, 9:30 p.m. in the Thriller Park channel in the Discord. Pull up, it's a good time.
Dig it. We'll get through next week, and then again, we have a lot more content coming. We still have content that is hitting and going live. The Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel went live today from Big Lick. We still have some snack bite content to go up and go live. Sin is going to work on that. I did part of the legwork. You just got to complete it and get it out for y'all. So there's that coming. I think all the interviews are out now.
I believe they are all live.
I do believe everything is live now, with the exception of the snack bite stuff. So yeah, please go and take a look at that. There's a playlist that is directly for it. So you can kind of see all of the stuff that we have done for Big Lick, all the interviews. Yeah, go there, take a look at that. Give us your feedback. Tell us what kind of stuff you want to see. What stuff maybe you want to see us do differently, or maybe different people. If you maybe happen to look at somewhere we're going and there's a particular artist or a vendor or someone that's there that you'd like to see us, have a conversation with of some sort, shoot that information our way. Let us know. We'd love to have that feedback. So now that we've gotten that far, it's time to wrap up. I think I need to go beat up people in a game or something. So
we want some payback. That's all I'm saying.
Facts. Jokes. Tell the people what I need them to hear.
Remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
That's a fact. With that, we're out. Toodles and Lose.
Loading snacks.